Did you know that nearly half of women over 50 struggle with thinning hair? It's more common than you think, yet so few talk about it. Maybe you've been hiding under scarves, hats, or constantly adjusting your hair to cover sparse spots. Maybe you avoid mirrors or feel less confident when stepping into a room. I get it, thinning hair can make you feel older, less vibrant, and even less yourself. But here's the good news, it doesn't have to stay that way. In this video, I'm going to share powerful styling tricks that transform fine, flat hair into thick-looking, full-bodied hair. These aren't just small tweaks. These are professional techniques that make hair appear instantly denser, hide those stubborn thin spots, and give you a look that radiates confidence. Women over 50 are seeing shocking transformations, and the results are so natural that friends and family are asking for their secrets. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to lift, shape, and style your hair so it looks fuller every day, without heavy products, costly treatments, or hours in front of the mirror. Imagine walking out the door and feeling like your hair truly matches the energy and confidence you feel inside. You'll see that fine or thinning hair is not a limitation. It's a canvas for styles that are bold, flattering, and effortless. Now, let's get started and transform your fine hair into the thick, beautiful hair you deserve. Hash 1. Layering and cut. Hair thinning affects nearly 50% of women over 50, and the right haircut can make an immediate visible difference. Straight, blunt cuts tend to leave fine hair flat and lifeless, highlighting thinning areas and making styling more difficult. Long layers starting around the collarbone lift hair at the roots, create natural movement, and give the appearance of volume without relying on heavy products. Mary, 54, had struggled for years with fine, straight hair. Her crown often looked flat, and styling felt like a daily battle. She had avoided layered cuts, fearing they would make her hair look thinner. After her stylist cut long layers from the collarbone, the transformation was immediate. Her hair bounced naturally, subtle movement added the illusion of fullness, and her face appeared softer and more lifted. Mary could wear her hair down, curl it softly, or tie it back without exposing thinning areas. The cut gave her confidence she hadn't felt in years. Precision is key. Layers should blend seamlessly, avoiding short, choppy cuts on the crown that can accentuate thin spots. Each layer should fall naturally, maintaining length at the ends while adding movement at the roots. Regular trims every 6 to 8 weeks keep layers in shape, prevent split ends, and ensure hair continues to look thick and healthy. Layering also enhances daily styling. Hair responds better to volumizing products and tools, reducing the need for excessive blow-drying or heat that can cause breakage. Light interacts differently with layered strands, creating subtle depth that makes hair appear fuller. Graduated layers provide lift at the roots, giving a natural, effortless bounce throughout the day. Mary's experience demonstrates how a well-executed layered cut can transform not only hair, but also routines. Minimal styling produces polished, full-bodied results, and soft curls hold longer while the hair maintains volume. For women over 50, layering can turn hair that once seemed flat into a style that looks vibrant, soft, and full-bodied without excessive effort. Considering your natural texture and face shape is important. Fine, straight hair benefits from long, blended layers, while slightly wavy hair can support more dynamic layering without looking choppy. The goal is always to create movement, dimension, and lift so hair feels light and appears fuller from root to tip. By understanding how layering interacts with hair density and natural movement, you gain a reliable tool for combating thinness. A carefully executed layered cut transforms hair that once felt unmanageable into a style that looks healthy, thick, and versatile. Once layers are in place, adding subtle color and dimension can further enhance fullness, making every layer appear more textured and vibrant. Hash 2. Color tips. Color isn't just about style. It's one of the most powerful tools for creating the illusion of thicker hair, especially for women over 50. The right color can make strands appear denser, shadows add depth, and highlights can create movement that tricks the eye into seeing fullness. But get it wrong, and thin hair can look flat, lifeless, or worse, spotty and uneven. Linda, 51, learned this the hard way. She had been dyeing her hair bright blonde all over, thinking it would look youthful. Instead, the thinning areas on her crown and near the temples became glaringly obvious. People even asked if she was losing hair, something she had never noticed before. Shocked, she turned to a stylist who suggested a combination of subtle highlights and lowlights. Within hours, her hair transformed. The layering of lighter and darker tones created natural depth, and the thin patches that once seemed obvious vanished. Her hair looked shiny, full, and vibrant, and her friends couldn't stop complimenting her new volume. Here's the key: avoid going too light across the entire head. Full-on platinum or very light shades can make thin hair appear almost transparent. Instead, blend highlights and lowlights strategically. Highlights around the face soften features and add brightness, while lowlights at the roots and underlayers create shadows that give the illusion of density. This combination tricks the eye, making hair look thicker from every angle. Subtle, multidimensional color works especially well when paired with a layered cut. The layers catch light differently across the highlights and lowlights, enhancing the movement and fullness Mary had already achieved with her haircut. Even fine strands that once looked flat now appear multidimensional and textured, bouncing naturally as she moves. Another secret is to focus on root shading. A slightly darker root combined with lighter ends instantly lifts the hair visually. It prevents the hair from appearing flat at the crown and gives an impression of thicker strands growing out naturally. Karen, 55, tried this after years of uniform coloring. Within one salon visit, her flat, limp crown looked elevated and voluminous, almost like she had double the amount of hair. Finally, consider the tone of your colors in relation to your skin. Cool tones can brighten the complexion, while warm tones add richness that complements natural hair density. The right combination can make thin hair appear healthier, shinier, and more abundant. The magic of color isn't just about shade. It's about strategic depth, dimension, and contrast. Done correctly, it can turn hair that looks thin and fragile into hair that appears thick, lively, and full of movement. Once color adds depth and richness, the next step is learning how to lift your roots and style your hair so that every layer looks voluminous all day long. A trick most women over 50 are still missing. #3. Root lift and blow dry. Even with the perfect haircut and the right color, thin hair can still look flat if the roots aren't lifted. You might notice that by mid-morning your crown feels limp, your layers fall without movement, and no amount of product seems to help. That's because fine hair over 50 naturally loses density. Studies show up to 30% of hair density can be reduced, especially at the crown and temples. But the good news: the right technique can change everything. Take Karen, 55, for example. She had layered hair and subtle highlights, but her crown always collapsed by mid-morning. After her stylist applied a lightweight root lift spray and used a round brush to lift her roots while blow-drying, her hair instantly appeared fuller and more alive. Her crown had natural height, her thin areas were less visible, and her waves held longer than ever before. That transformation shows how powerful this step can be, but the technique itself is something you can do at home every day. Here's the thing: root lift isn't about piling on product or teasing your hair into submission. It's about working with your hair's natural movement. When you apply a lightweight root lift spray to damp hair and focus on lifting the roots as you blow dry, you create subtle tension at the base. This allows each strand to separate and move independently, which adds texture and the illusion of density. Tilting your head briefly while drying can boost volume at the crown, and finishing with a cool blast locks the lift in place. Ask yourself, how does your hair behave by midday? Does it feel heavy and flat, or can you feel natural bounce in your layers? By giving your roots this kind of attention, even fine hair can appear thicker and healthier. Light interacts with the lifted strands differently, creating natural shadows and dimension that make the hair look abundant. You're not just creating height, you're creating the perception of fuller hair across every angle. And here's a tip many women over 50 don't realize. When your hair has natural lift, soft curls or waves hold longer, and styling becomes faster and easier. Imagine running your fingers through hair that moves freely, looks polished, and retains volume all day without constant readjusting. That's the effect root lift gives you. Think about your own routine. Are you applying products evenly, lifting at the roots, or relying on heavy sprays that weigh hair down? Adjusting just this step can make a dramatic difference. Once your roots have lift, your hair not only looks fuller but feels more resilient, which gives you confidence in every style you wear. Even if your hair is fine, thinning, or has lost density with age, this simple focus on root lift can completely change how your hair responds to styling. You'll notice your layers have movement, your waves hold longer, and your crown no longer collapses by midday. The difference isn't just in appearance, it's in how your hair feels and how confident you feel wearing it. #4 Accessories. Accessories aren't just decorative, they're secret tools that can completely change how your hair looks and feels. When used thoughtfully, they don't just add style, they camouflage thinning areas, lift your hair, and give it a natural fullness. Let's start with headbands. A soft, wide headband placed just behind the hairline can instantly hide thinning temples while giving a subtle lift at the crown. The trick is to let a few strands fall over the band for a natural, effortless look. Silk or fabric bands work best. They are gentle on fine hair and won't flatten your layers. Once you try it, you'll notice how it transforms a simple style into something polished in seconds. Silk scarves take this even further. By folding a scarf into a narrow band and tucking it along your part or around the crown, you can mask sparse areas without anyone noticing. Twisting or rotating the scarf slightly adds natural height and texture, making even a basic ponytail or loose waves look intentional and full. The key is integration. Let the accessory blend with your hairstyle so it feels effortless, not forced. Clips and claw grips are the finishing touch for targeted lift. If your crown feels flat or your layers are limp, placing a clip strategically can raise roots and create movement, giving the illusion of thicker hair. Lightweight, flexible clips work best. Even subtle adjustments like lifting a small section and securing it behind a wave can dramatically improve volume while keeping hair soft and natural. The real magic happens when you combine these accessories with the movement and layers of your haircut. A headband or scarf enhances volume while letting layers flow. A clip lifts a specific section without disturbing the rest of your style. The result is hair that looks fuller, moves naturally, and feels vibrant. Now think about your own hair. Where could you add a little lift today? Could a scarf along the part hide the temples? Could a clip subtly boost your crown? By experimenting with placement and texture, you'll discover how small accessories can make a huge difference. You'll see your hair transform into something that looks effortlessly thick, stylish, and confident, all without extra products or complicated routines. And once you've mastered these accessory tricks, there's another layer of transformation waiting. Small daily styling habits and subtle techniques that bring out maximum volume, texture, and movement in your hair without extra effort. These tips might seem minor at first, but when combined with the right cut, color, and accessories, they create a noticeable difference that lasts all day. #5 Additional tips. Fine or thinning hair over 50 can look flat even after the perfect cut, color, and accessories. The secret is in the small daily adjustments that work with your hair, not against it. Let's break down exactly what you can do and why it works. Start with dry shampoo at the roots. Most people think it's only for absorbing oil, but it's actually a texture booster. Spray a light mist at the crown and temples while hair is dry. Then, gently massage the product into your scalp with your fingertips. Why does this work? Dry shampoo creates micro grip on each strand, which separates them slightly and adds natural lift. The effect is instant. Your hair feels thicker and holds style better without sticky residue. If you have fine hair that tends to fall flat by mid-morning, this alone can make a noticeable difference. Next, consider your brush and how you use it. A soft, flexible brush is key for fine hair. Start at the ends and gently work upward toward the roots. This encourages strands to stay separated, prevents flattening, and subtly lifts the crown. Unlike stiff brushes that can pull hair flat or break delicate strands, soft brushes allow layers to move naturally. You'll notice that your hair has more body, and even subtle movements create the illusion of thickness. Your parting technique is another hidden trick. Changing your part slightly, just a ½ inch can be enough, or flipping strands against their natural fall can dramatically change how light hits your hair. Shadows form along the layers, making thin areas appear fuller. For women over 50, this small adjustment is especially powerful because hair often loses density at the crown and temples. A minor change in direction can breathe new life into a flat style without any extra product. Finally, let's talk finger shaping and layering movement. After styling, run your fingers lightly through layers, lifting at the crown or around your face. This keeps hair soft, separates strands, and encourages natural bounce. Even tiny tweaks, twisting a strand before tucking it behind a clip, or lifting a layer with your fingertips, can add volume where you need it most. Combined with layered cuts and root lift techniques, these micro adjustments amplify fullness and texture. Ask yourself which area of your hair feels flat today. Could a touch of dry shampoo at the crown revive it? Could a shifted part or a few lifts with your fingers make your layers appear denser? These subtle strategies don't just change how your hair looks. They change how it feels and moves, making fine hair over 50 appear effortlessly thick and polished. When done consistently, these small steps, root lift with dry shampoo, gentle brushing, part adjustment, and finger shaping, work together like magic. Hair moves naturally, catches light, and appears fuller, giving you a youthful, confident, and polished look every day. The key is in the details, small, intentional actions that create a big visual impact. So what's the key takeaway? Even with thinning hair at 50 and beyond, you can create the illusion of thicker, fuller hair instantly by using smart cuts, the right color, and well-chosen accessories. It's not just about hair. It's about feeling amazing in your own skin, radiating confidence every time you walk into a room. Now it's your turn. Try these tricks and see which ones work best for you. Leave a comment below sharing your favorite, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss tips crafted specifically for fabulous women over 50. Always remember, your hair may change over time, but your confidence doesn't have to. You're not getting older, you're getting better, more radiant, and more stylish every day. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video for more ways to look and feel your absolute best.